Hello and welcome to episode number 16 of the Hertha Save. Today, I'm going to update you on the summer transfer window. We've been through, we've made some signings, we've sold some players, we've played the Super Cup and we've played a friendly, and we're about to start the new season. And I'm going to go through who we've signed and who we've sold so you can make sure you're up to date basically. So let's go and have a look at the club, shall we? On the screen, you can see our summer business then. This is August 2025, July and August 2025 then. About to go into season number 7. Of course, last season we did win the league. We missed out on the Champions League. We finished, we went out in the semi-finals. We lost to Real Madrid. We had a pretty good go at it, but still ended up losing there. This season, the aim has to be the league title again. Let's see if we can dominate. We said that last year. We ended up only losing 2 games all season, but only sneaking the title by 2 points. Bayern Munich put in a great performance for all season, really, there. And there, yeah, we went out of the Champions League at the semi-final stage. Again, 2 seasons in a row doing that. So it has to be. The Champions League is the holy grail at this point. We're going to go for it. And I'm hoping that we can just dominate in the league and it'll be nice and easy. Fingers crossed. That doesn't tend to happen very often, does it? On the screen there, though, you can see our summer business. So I'll talk you through them one by one. Your eyes may have been drawn to 1 or 2 of them already. Some of the bigger fees that we've paid. And also, we've brought in quite a lot of money as well. You can see here, straight off the bat, we've spent up to the total of 128 million, but we've actually raised 133 million. So we do actually have a bit in the bank as well. And our finances at the club, as a club, look pretty good at the moment too. So we brought in a few players in on the 1st of July. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players came in on the 1st of July. They were Dawood Dere, who is an 18-year-old Iranian. I don't know why I struggle with that word there. Who plays on the left wing, and he had a bit of potential. When I looked at him, the scouts decided he looked quite good, so I brought him in. Mainly probably as an option to try and make some money in the future, but also if he does make it, then it'd be nice. I'm not sure he will, though, to be quite honest. And yeah, there he is. He's only 5'3", Iranian winger. We've not given him a face yet. We may give him a face if he turns out any good. He does have 17 crossing, which is nice for a winger. We brought in a couple of Bayern Munich free transfers, which is nice, if only to make a bit of money off their players, potentially. We brought in Alan Kazito, who is a Ugandan 24-year-old centre-back. He has got decent attributes. He's not by any means amazing, but for a free transfer, we will absolutely take it. He's only on a small wage, 25k, and his value's okay at 11 million. I think he still might improve in the future, so he does have a bit of potential. He can be a very decent backup, and again, free transfer. That's why we've brought him in. Maybe sell him on for a bit of money in the future, which when we get to our sales, you'll see how we've been doing that quite successfully in the past few seasons as well. Another one very similarly is Alphonso Davies, Canadian, of course. He's got a lovely bit of value at 45 million. He's still only 24, although I'm not sure how much more he's going to develop. The coach summary decides that he's not going to develop any more than this. We will see, though. He is 24, and he's not on too big a contract at 44k, meaning that if we do want to sell him in the futures down the line, perhaps in January, I feel like we can move him on if we need to. So pretty happy with bringing him in on a free transfer. He can be probably a backup again. Then, the next signing that came in on the 1st of July, well, it's next in this list anyway, is a pretty big one. You can see we spent really big on this guy from Lyon, Christian Sassoni. He is a goalkeeper. He's a young Italian goalkeeper. We have given him a picture, as you can see there. Young Italian goalkeeper. He's got value of 31 million. He's only 2 stars according to this coach summary here, but I think just looking at his attributes and where he is for a goalie, there was no one really that was a young keeper that I thought we wanted to spend big on for the future. He was the best of, not a bad lot. I still think he's going to be great, and we're gonna use him this season, and we're hoping that he's going to develop. He's got all the potential here. I think he looks really good. He's 6'2". We've spent big on him. Actually, we didn't. It says 52 million here. We didn't actually quite put all of that in. 56 million, sorry. We didn't actually put all of that in. I think some of that is, after a few seasons and after a period. I'm not sure it is a 56 million up front. But it does rise to 64 million as well. So it's a big transfer. But I feel like he is the best young goalie that we could get, so we've gone and got him. The reason we actually needed to get a new goalie is that Livakovic, who has been our keeper for quite a few seasons now, has moved on. I'm just going to go over to some sales quickly. He has gone to Juventus for up to 10 million. Decided to do that because he is 30. I know that's still rather young for a goalie, but I have felt for a while that we could improve on him. And he was making a few errors, and I think we can improve. And I'm hoping that by getting a young keeper in for the future, that's how we go about improving. There may be a bit of overlap where we might struggle for a bit, but I'm hoping that he'll soon settle in. Christian Sassoni. Anyway, we signed this guy, Nida Galuz, for 2 million. A pretty cheap signing, in my opinion, and a pretty good one. He has got great physicals for a 19-year-old Colombian. He is a wonder kid. He's got great crossing and technique. Really good determination, meaning that he should develop quite nicely as well. He's got a decent personality. I think there's money involved in this. He's only on 7k, and he's going to develop. We haven't given him a face yet. I may do in the future. We have also immediately loaned him out to Eintracht Frankfurt in the Bundesliga, where apparently he's going to be a star player. So, or at least a regular starter, I think it was. So he's going to get game time in the Bundesliga this season, and that should help him to develop as well. So that seems like a shrewd bit of business, in my humble opinion. And then the next one, probably the most exciting and the biggest bit of business. Well, it's actually not, because Sassoni cost a lot too. But in terms of wages and everything, probably, and signing on fee and all those things, the biggest bit of business, we've gone out and we have bought ourselves a new winger in Ousmane Dembele. He's still only 28, despite us being in 2025. He's on 200k a week, which is a big come down from what he was on at Chelsea that we bought him from. And he's going to be our starting left-sided inverted winger. He is either-footed, so naturally he is a right-sided inverted winger, but I think we can play him left-sided inverted winger just as well, because he is either-footed. He's got great agility. His physicals are still pretty good. They could probably be better, to be honest, but he does have 18 dribbling, 16 first touch. That 17 flair is going to come in useful. I'm going to enjoy that. 17 technique. I look at his traits. He's got all of them. I just feel like he's going to make a difference for us. I wanted a new left-sided winger because we do have Heung-min Son, who's been good and effective, scored lots of goals last season, but is 33 now, 32, 33. So we do need to think about forward planning there and future-proofing ourselves, which I've done by getting Dembele in. Granted, he's not a wonder kid youngster, but we do have a few of those waiting in the wings as well. No less than this guy who we've just shown, the Nida Galuz, who maybe, if he does develop, can come in after Dembele, and we are really thinking about the future that way. Another one for the future, next up, is Alessandro Falatico. 5.25 million for this guy. We've sent him on loan to Kaiserslautern. He's a cam. We don't really use cams, but I'm sure that we can adapt him if it feels like it's possible. But if not, there's going to be money made off this guy. He had a release clause at his team, Racing Club, and 5.25 million. I thought there is value in that. We picked him up. He's only 20. He's going to develop. I think we'll get some money for him in the future. If not, he'll turn out to be a decent player. We will see. There's a couple more free transfers that we made a bit later on. I'll show you those. Luciano Elena is a centre-back. He's another Argentinian. I think there's a bit of potential in him, at least on a free transfer anyway. I don't think he's going to pull up any trees, but for an 18-year-old centre-back, on a free, I think we can make a bit of money on him. If not, he can bulk out that under-19s, that Hertha Berlin 2 reserve team, which actually plays in the 3rd division of Germany, which I think is quite cool. They stayed up. We've appointed Raja Nainggolan as their manager, and he's got awful coaching stats, but he's very, very determined and aggressive, and he's doing a good job. He's kept them up. Anyway, then as I was browsing the free transfers, I saw this guy who had recently been released from Real Madrid, and I thought, just looking at him, he's going to have value, so he's worth picking up on a free as long as we can keep his wages down. And he absolutely is that. He's got a value of 44 million. I don't think we'll get the full 44 if we sell him now. And if we wait till January, that will probably drop because I don't think he's going to play. But I'm going to try and shift him on now in the next few days before the window closes and see if we can get a bit of money just for no reason at all because he's not even going to play. We've got him on quite a small wage so that we can shift him. I just saw an opportunity there and decided to grab him on a free transfer. And we have transfer listed and he's got a bit of interest now from Nantes, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll update you next video probably about him, Gelabert. And then finally, we did spend 12 million on a young Brazilian centre-back. I think this guy may be a little bit closer to the first team in the future. However, this season we have sent him on loan to Eintracht Frankfurt. They've taken 2 of our youngsters quite handily this year. So he's going to play Bundesliga football for them. He's pretty well-rounded for an 18-year-old. These physicals are going to improve and they look good. He's 6'5" with 14 pace. That's quite nice as a centre-back. He's got great heading, obviously. His positioning's really good. It's what I like about him is the fact that he is 6'5", but he's got good pace, good agility, good acceleration, which can improve in the future as well. And the stats and the attributes in the right place. Tackling's good, marking's good, positioning's really good. Anticipation is 16, really good. He's got okay concentration, which is what you want for a centre-back as well. Obviously those things are all going to improve. Mentals especially will improve as he's only 18. So got pretty high hopes for Marco Aurelio. Let's see how he does in the Bundesliga this season for Frankfurt, and we'll maybe get him in the future. You'll notice there was quite a few centre-backs there. Casito and Aurelio and Elena, and I think that's it. We did need to bulk out there because we did sell a few of those. So over to sales. We loaned out Madrari, who is a young goalie. Moroccan, he's probably not going to make it. So we just loaned him out. He has gone to El Jadida. We did sell Antonio Marin. Antonio Marin had a wonderful career for us. And I am very, very sad to see him go. We picked him up first season. And he scored 6 goals in his first season starting. After his £1.8 million move from Dinamo Zagreb. We've made a profit on him after all these years, but he did play a lot of games. 23, 31, you can't see these, but 23, 31. In fact, let me move me so that you can see these. Bit of magic there. Put me down there, that's better, isn't it? Now you can see how many games he played. 30, 22, and then 10, and only the 2 last season, which is why I decided to move him on. We got about 10 million for him, which I think is a fair price. I think Stoke get themselves a pretty good deal as well with that. We sold Jean-Pierre. Jean-Pierre is a Brazilian midfielder that we picked up on a free transfer. And then he played 1 game for us. No, he didn't. He didn't even play 1 game according to that. I'm sure he did play. Anyway, he was on the bench a couple times. And we've sold him on for 17 million. We probably could have got a bit more, but I was quite happy to cash in on a player that we got on a free. Similarly, the way that we've looked at bringing in a couple of these guys on a free transfer, I'm like, you know what? In the future, we might sell them on. That Gelabert especially, I have no intention on playing. It's just going to be a money-making scheme. I'm a con man, all right? We also did sell another sad one. Well, 2 more sad ones here. Look, Stark and Magno have both gone. I'm going to move myself back up so you can see these again. This is stressful. I'm moving all over the place. How about we go up here? Stark and Magno have both gone. Our captain, our leader, captain leader friend, Nicholas Stark, has moved on. He's 30 years old and he's only going to decline from here. And we got a bid from China of 30 million. And I couldn't really say no. He's already played 7 games for them since leaving because their season's obviously at a slightly different time. 30 mil for him was too good to say no to, really. I'm quite sad for him to go. He's been at the club. Well, he predates us at the club, and he was really good, really good. He didn't play as many games last season because he's getting a bit older, and we brought in Upamecano and Montez was in the defence, and they were slightly better. But he has moved on. Same for Talas Magno, who's moved on. He is still only 23, which sounds like he's still got loads of potential, but I don't think he's going to quite hit the heights. He was very useful for us. He did play 8 games last year, mainly off the bench. And And yeah, he came in the second season for 19 million. We then sold him for 19 million about 6 seasons later. But he did score goals for us. He got 9 in the 2023 season there that you can see. And it is kind of sad to see him go. But again, the money, 19 million, it's all good for the club. We need to get that money in, because what we're seeing is, if I show you here really quickly, the way that our finances at the club are going, they're going very up and down and up and down and up and down and then finally back up. Basically, when we get our Champions League money, we're like, whoo, and the league money, we're like, whoa, we're up here. And then we pay wages over the course of a season, then we're like, let's go all the way back down. And yeah, I kind of want to keep us up around here in case we want to do anything big in the future. I'm thinking stadium, although I am terrified of that prospect, but it's one of the things you want to do in a save, isn't it? Get that stadium, get it named after you. Oh, by the way, that does remind me, one other thing. Looking at the club, I clicked on the wrong thing. On the club, I go to general, I am now iconic at the club, which is nice to see. You want to become an icon. Favoured personnel, Costantino, after 1 season, is favoured personnel. But look at this. Over here, Sebastiano Esposito is a legend at the club. 1.5 seasons he's been here, and he's now a legend at the club. That is quite a feat by the young man. I like it. I appreciate it. Well done, Esposito. He has scored a lot of goals. I think it was 37 all comps last year, so he deserves it. He's a legend now. Just to finish off these transfers out then, we got rid of Cuenca. We brought him in on a free. He went for 7.75. He wasn't going to make it, so he's gone. A few loans there that I've already spoken about, 2 of them. Another one that we got in on a free, Diawara. He was out on loan at Lazio last season. We sold him for 9.5. That was good. Willem Goebbels just never made it. We brought him in for 300k. Sold him for 3.9. He's gone. We sold Nguyen and Tuan, who is the Vietnamese centre-back, the 5'7" centre-back. He's actually got loads of value now. I think that'll drop again, but I decided that he wasn't going to make it and I was never going to use him, and his value wasn't really going up for us. So cashed in, took 3.8 million and moved on with our lives. Like I said, we loaned Golus. We did sell Sandro Tonali. Yeah, I know people are going to look at that and go, what, you sold Tonali for 6 mil? What are you doing? He wasn't any good. He spent 3 or 4 seasons at Brescia in the Serie B, and he did not develop, and he's nowhere near the player that he can become on this game. So for 6 million, he wasn't going to play in our game. He didn't play many games in the 2 and a bit seasons he was here, so he's gone, unfortunately. We sold Bruno Zappelli, who was a young Argentinian midfielder. We got 15 mil for him. We brought him in on a free as well, so there's a bit of profit. Livakovic, as I said before, has gone. We sold a youngster in Eckert for 1.7 in the future. And we loaned, this guy's got a lot of potential, Leonardo Andro. We loaned him out. He's gone to Mainz, so he's also going to play Bundesliga football next season. And that brings you up to date with our transfers. Shall have a quick little look at the tactics. I'm going to move again. Let's go down here. And a quick little look at the squad and the tactics, so you can kind of see how it fits together here. This is kind of what we're rocking then. We've got Sassoni in goal, the new keeper. Only 2 stars here. I'm hoping that's going to get pushed up quite soon. Costantino, one of our best players, the right back. He's already a favoured personnel at the club. Montez and Upamecano are 2 centre-backs. We do have Alan Casito as a backup and Bella Kotchap, so 2 more decent backups there as well. And we also have then Ait Nouri's still rocking it at left back. He's very good. Yeah, he's still only got 3 stars here, but you know, he's very good. We've got Luca Net as the backup. Then in midfield, Piljavski, as you can see, absolutely smashed it last year. He was he's a regen. We brought him in for 5.75 million, and he is a starting player now at 19 years old. Him and Maya's still in the team. One of those players that's been here from the start, that he was here before we got here. Bianchi on the right, Dembele on the left. That's quite an exciting front two, if you ask me. I'm looking forward to how those guys are going to go, feeding the 2-star strikers that are Esposito, as you saw, club legend Esposito, and my new favourite, Igor Kilman, who at the end of last season just exploded into form. The Belarusian sniper, Igor Kilman. I think he scored 15 in the last 9 games or something. This value has rocketed. He's 21 now. He's going to play. He's going to become a Hertha legend, mark my words on that. There's our bench. As you can see, it's a really strong bench. We've got Fabio Jose back. He was out on loan last season. Think we're going to try and integrate him a bit. Veron, Schreiber on the bench. Szoboszlai, Camavinga still on the bench. Very, very adequate backups for these two midfielders. We did sign N'Golo Kante to another season. He is here for another season. Got his wages down to 69k, meaning that I was quite happy to keep him. Good bit of experience. He's a great mentor as well. So I actually need to check that they are doing that again. Luis Fernando is our backup striker. We only really have one backup striker, but we do have Heung-min Son. We do have a few other options. Bianchi can play there. A few other options that could play up front. Dembele as well. If we wanted to, we can also always go back into the Das Regista, that one, which would always work too. But anyway, yeah, that is the state of the club at the moment. A good long little talk there. I'm sorry if it seemed a bit rambly, but I wanted to make sure everyone was up to date because we are about to embark on another journey, another season. Season number 7 as we continue the quest for that Champions League glory. And I feel like we can do it. I really do believe that we can do it. We came unstuck against a really good Real Madrid team last season, but I do feel like if we'd gone for it and attacked them a bit more, maybe we were a little bit too conservative and sat back and we went balanced in that game and it just didn't work. They beat us 4-1 and it was too much to come back from there then. So I think next year, none of that. We're going to go for it. We'll score goals and we'll get the wins. But anyway, thank you very much for watching today. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and like the video and turn the bell on for notifications. If you want to see us playing any of these games, or I mean, I know we do some on YouTube, but if you want to see these games being played live, make sure you head over to Twitch, drop a follow there, and then you'll be notified when the stream goes live. Would love you to come and hang out. It's always nice to see new faces and chat and hang out. You might enjoy it, try it. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. We'll be back very soon for another update on this, and peace out, A-Town. Bye. Weird ending today.